Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings, The Twins Route, Episode 5. And it looks like Kanako is going to get into action with helping the twins and Aoi in some way. So after a brief mention about, well, what do you feel about Aoi? It kind of got all three of them awkward. So, in episode 4, they all couldn't talk to each other. And it's true even between Asa and Yoru, despite being twins and always been with each other since birth. So, I wonder what Kanako is going to do to sort out the situation. So, at least Asa feels happier after crying about making a big mistake with a wrong order. But now we come to some of the romantic parts of the twins' route. Okay, so Kanako is like...
Yahoo! 二人ともKanakoさん、どうしたんですか？ちょっと遊びに来たみたいな。元気してたかしら？
So, number 1, how are you doing?
まあ、それなりに。
I guess it's good.
そっか。ちょっと二人の様子がおかしかったから、元気づけに来てみたつもりだったけど、無駄骨だった？大丈夫ですよ。少なくとも私は何もおかしなところなんて。
Well, we're doing fine.
ねえねえ、ちょっと提案があるんだけどさ。はい、暗い気持ちを吹っ飛ばせるように、こんな時こそ面白いことをしてみるの。普段では決してしないような、ね。面白いこと？そう。二人がなんで悩んでるのかは知らないし、話したくないなら教えてもらう必要はないけど、それでも楽しい気持ちになった方が私は人生得だと思うのよね。うん、おせっかいですね。葵先輩に少し似てる。
Okay, so Yoru is not really happy with Kanako helping them. It's like, well, are you trying to be nosy like Aoi? And it's like, so Kanako's like, well, how about you try something different?
まあまあ、だって可愛い後輩が落ち込んでたらこっちまで暗くなっちゃうってもんじゃない？やっぱり似てる。どんな提案でしょうか？
So, any ideas?
入れ替わっちゃうのよ、二人が。
Okay.
どうしてそんなことをしなきゃ。なんだかよくわからないけど、二人は今周囲との付き合い方で悩んでることがある。そんな気がするわ。そしてそれをどうにかしたいともね。それはでもそれでどうして入れ替わるなんて。面白いからよ。そしてみんなが関わることだから。朝ちゃんと夜ちゃんが入れ替われば、朝ちゃんと夜ちゃんは話すことになるでしょ。みんなを騙せば、それを種明かしした時にそれについてみんなと話すことになっちゃう。当然葵くんともね。それは確かに。っていうのはどうかな。なんか二人とも元気がなさそうだったから私が考えた盛り上げアイデアなんだけど。
But then again, it's just my idea, so you don't have to accept it.
ほら、楽しいことしてると悩みなんて吹っ飛んじゃうかもしれないし。というか、以前からやってみてほしくて仕方なかったの。二人の入れ替わり。
And plus, it'll be fun.
本音はそれですか。楽しさ半分、おせっかい半分。まあ確かに楽しそうではあるけど。
So, are they going to do it?
心配してくれていての提案だし断りにくいな。 それ、こんな状況で姉さんとそんなことできるわけが。面白そうですね、それ。お、朝ちゃん乗り気？
So I see that Asa is interested.
姉さん、
You can see Asa smiling.
せっかくだから乗ってみようかなって。それに、ヨルちゃんと入れ替わっていれば、先輩がヨルちゃんにどうして知っているかわかる。って、どうして私はこんなこと知りたいって思っちゃうようになってるんだろう。ヨルちゃんはどうかな？
So Asa is okay with it. What about you, Yoru?
姉さんが賛同してるなら断る必要はないか。このギクシャクした感じ嫌だし、こういうバカらしいことの一つでもやれば元に戻れるかもね。それに懐かしいし、こういうの。
So I wonder if they did it in the past.
やります。
Okay, I'll do it.
お、それじゃあ
Okay, so it's a deal.
失敗してもいいから聞いてみたい。最近私はそう考えるようになったから。だから。
Okay, so now it's the next day, and I was making breakfast, and I wonder if the twins have switched places now. And let's see how it goes. Okay? Yes?
いえ、なんでもありません。
Okay, so I'm pretty sure they switched places. And as Asa, Yoru is finding it hard to respond. The two of them still seem kind of distant. And today they also seem strangely restless.
葵先輩。
Yes?
何か感じませんか？
Like what?
もういいです。
Never mind. Wait, what? So Yoru seems angry for some reason. And Kanako knows what's going on. Hey, so what are you laughing about, Kanako?
別に。
Nothing. Well, I think you're up to something. And that was a suspicious laugh.
そんなことないわよ。
Well, I wouldn't do anything like that. Or nothing to worry. Actually. So Kanako, how did that thing go? So that you mentioned yesterday. I remember that she said she was going to do something for Asa and Yoru last night.
何のこと？
Well, that's a poor way to respond. Because now that's just going to get Aoi more suspicious. She was definitely up to something.
ちょっと、風と妹、醤油取ってくれる？夜ちゃん、小鳥先輩が呼んでるよ。ごめん。はい、これね。ありがとう。
So what's wrong, Kotori?
やっぱり変なものでも食べてるんじゃ。
Okay, so even Kotori can sense that something isn't right. Huh? So why?
あの子、私に醤油取ってくれたのよ。
It's like, wait a minute. So isn't Yoru always against me, calling me bird or Tori-san? Well, of course she passed it to you.
おかしい。それに、妙な間があったし、今。
But today, for some reason, she's obedient. So, How much did Yoru usually hate you, Kotori? Asa, can you hand me the tissues, please?
はい、先輩。はい、ティッシュですね。
Oh, thanks. So why did she answer so loudly?
姉さん。ごめんなさい。 速スリルがなくなってきたわね。さすがだわ。
So it looks like they're doing it very well. And as we were walking from school, Kanako suddenly spoke up. So wait, what do you mean?
いや、こっちの話。
Kanako was looking at Asa and Yoru as she spoke. So is this something to do with what you said yesterday?
もうそんなところかしら。
Maybe? Kanako avoided the question. And today she was joining us at the soaring club.
確かにこんなことをしてたら悩むも悩まないもどうでもよくなってくるわね。それ以上にこの状況どうしようって考えるので必死。今ある悩みをそれ以上に優先度の高い悩みで打ち消しているみたいな。意図してやったのか知らないけど、かなこさんのこのアイディアは確かにナイスかも。葵先輩に気づかれてないよね。気づかれてないといいんだけど、でも気づかれないことがなんだか寂しいような。ハバネ先輩。
Okay, so I wonder if that's going to be a giveaway.
何か感じません？感じる？いや、やっぱいいです。何なのよ一体。また私をからかってるの？いえ、そういうわけではなくて。
Wait a minute.
やっぱりからかってるでしょ、妹のくせに。
Oh wait, so you're a younger sister too, you know. And either way, how is younger sister an insult?
ねえ、今日って夕方過ぎに台風来ちゃうんだよね。部活は何時くらいに引き上げる？
So apparently Kanako tries to change the subject. So wait, let's just look for a good stopping place early evening. So you don't want, or we don't want to get stuck away from home. Is that okay, Kotori?
じゃあそんな感じにしましょう。はーい。ねえ、姉さん。
So I wonder if things are going well still. And I wonder if there's a lot of stress going on between the twins for trying to impersonate someone else. Or their little game that they're playing based on Kanako's advice.
昔を思い出すわね、これ。そうだね。さすがにこの年になると、とも思ったけど、もう慣れてきたかも。何が慣れたの？いえ、こっちの話です。
Well, that's a secret.
ねえ、やっぱ変じゃない？今日のあんた。変わってるといえば変わってますが、鳥先輩の平常時よりは変でないと思います。
Okay, so once again, that Tori senpai.
やっぱ普通だったわ。
Well, I'll just say that she's normal.
夜ちゃん、あんまり先輩をからかうのは良くないよ。さすがね。
So what is it, Kanako?
いえ、なんでもないわよ。
Well, once again, nothing. So Kanako had a tightening smile on her face for a while now. But more than that, something seems odd. So there was just something a little off. And this morning, Yoru had asked me if I sensed anything. And what could she mean? Hey, so Yoru?
はい。何でしょうか。
So, do you cut your hair?
いえ、切ってないです。
No? So, no, haven't you changed your hairstyle?
変えてないですね。
So what was it? So what else could be off? Makeup? No. They're not wearing any.
魂は変えました。
A new soul. Wait, what?
冗談です。
That's a pretty weird joke.
おー、みんな、おはよう。
So met up with Ageha. Oh, hello, Ageha.
今日も皆さん元気そうで何より。ってあれあれ。
So what is it, Ageha?
いや、ごめん。気のせいだと思う。
So it looks like Ageha also noticed something odd about the twins. There was definitely something strange going on with them. So did they get new hair accessories? No, it didn't look like it.
ちょっと朝、お願いがあるんだけど。はい。よし、呼ばれても完璧。
Okay, that's perfect. Hey, so what are you saying, Kanako?
いえ、なんでもないの。
Okay, the oh ho 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 is a giveaway. And if Kanako wants to keep it a secret, she should stop talking about, good, they're doing it right. Perfect, everything's right, because that's going to leave a trail for Aoi to find out. Of course, I was curious.
ちょっとこれ、そっちで引っ張ってもらえるかしら。嫌ですよ。自分で頑張ってくださいよ、鳥先輩。
Okay, so Asa says Tori senpai.
どうかしましたか、先輩。お手伝いしますよ。
And oh, oops, I gotta act this way. Something was definitely up.
困ったわね。
So Asa would gladly help Kotori versus Yoru, and apparently it looks like Yoru accidentally went into her own character as Asa. So what's wrong?
いや、大したことじゃないんだけどさ、ゴミ袋が足りなくて。
So we've been going through an awful lot of garbage bags lately. And if we didn't keep track of them closely, we would run out all the time. Okay, so should I go buy some?
わざわざ？
Well, it's okay. So I'll just buy them and come right back. It won't take long.
そう？じゃあお願いしようかな。
Hold on. So I went too fast. So it won't take long, and I'm out of things to do here anyways. Okay.
私もついていっていいですか？
So, okay. So Yoru wanted to come.
一人じゃ寂しいって思って付き合ってあげようと思ったのよ。悪い？
Okay. So come along then. So I think Yoru, she doesn't want to bother with anything, and there's no way she would like ask to go with Aoi on her own. I really hadn't expected to hear Yoru say something like that. There you go. So there were some other things I wanted to buy too, as long as there were the two of us to carry them. So it was really a help to have her come along.
気が向いたからよ。
So I couldn't shake this odd feeling. And normally Yoru would never volunteer to come along on an errand like this. And I wonder what she was up to. So don't you think you're acting a little different?
何がですか？
Wait, really? Well, I guess it could just be my imagination.
気のせいじゃない？なんだかよくわからないけど。
Well, maybe I should just believe her.
で、どこに買いに行くんですか？
Well, we may as well go to a supermarket to pick up some cheap ones. So they're one really close by.
はい、わかりました。
So I must have just been imagining.
そういえば、最初に姉さんと出会ったのもスーパーなんですよね。
Yeah?
あれからいろいろありました。
Yeah, quite a bit. So after all, it's been a year.
ですね。しかも今日台風ですし、私と姉さんが飛び要そうに来たのも台風の日でしたよね。
So now that you mention it, that was... So what a coincidence. A whole year. So I saw Asa buying ingredients for curry at the supermarket and then saw Yoru the next day. Yep. So, by the way, you like noodles with dip, right? So I seem to remember that the first time I met you, you said you liked them.
いえ、つけ麺が好きなのは。
Uh-oh. Wait,
いや。
So Yoru seemed to be stumbling over her words.
はい、そうです。私です。
Well, that's not what I thought. I thought I might be remembering it wrong.
姉さんは逆にあまり好きじゃないんです。辛いものが好きなんですが、脂っこいのはそんなに好きじゃなくて。私は甘いものや脂っこいものが好きです。
Well, then I guess you're a little more feminine than in that respect. Well, you know, girls have a reputation of liking sweets and meat. It's just a stereotype, but still...
そっか。そうかもしれませんね。
Yoru?
いえ、なんでもないです。女の子っぽいって言われて嬉しかったんです。
Oh, I see. But, so you and Asa really do totally opposite things.
そうですね。昔から好みは逆です。
So they talked about that once before. And they looked so much alike, but their interests were polar opposites.
だから昔から姉さんとは喧嘩をしました。どちらがいいものか、キノコとタケノコどちらが優れてるのか、いろいろ。
Well, I didn't think you fought that much.
まあいつもというわけでもないですし、たわいもない喧嘩でしたけどね。ほら、子供って自分が好きなものの方が正しいって周囲に主張したくなるところがあるじゃないですか。
So I wonder if this is really like Yoru, because I don't think Yoru would go this far into talking about personal family stuff, issues, and... Well, I guess you're right. It's not that I don't understand it. Because I'm sure, like, Yoru as a person, she wouldn't be comfortable sharing all these family history or what they did as little kids to Aoi. And they were older now.
だからそういうのでいろいろと。だからこそ安心してたんですけどね。
Okay. So Yoru stopped talking for a moment. She seemed to be thinking about something.
ま、いろいろとですよ。というかほら、先輩、さっさと買い物に行きましょう。
Anyways, let's continue shopping. Okay. So we bought the garbage bags and headed towards the dock. We also bought some juice and paper cups for everyone, so our bags are pretty heavy. And I didn't want to make Yoru carry too much, so I gave her the garbage bags and plastic cups and carried the 2 bags of drinks myself. So I kept thinking so while we were shopping, but... Yes, so it is definitely strange. It was as though the person in front of me wasn't really Yoru, or isn't really Yoru like an illusion. So Yoru, today you seem to be a bit,
先輩、質問があるんですが。
So what is it? Or yes? I was about to ask Yoru a question, but she spoke over me.
先輩って、私のことをどう思ってます？先輩ってどういう風に思ってるのかなって。
How did I feel? So what kind of question is that?
そのままの意味です。どういう風に私のことを考えているのか、感じているのか、思っているのか。
So wait, why all of a sudden? So why this question? So why do you ask?
聞きたいから、ダメですか?
So I'm pretty sure I was like, well, there's no way Yoru will ever ask me that question. So was she just curious? It is embarrassing, but it wouldn't really hurt for me to answer. Well, I think you're really cool, Yoru, and yeah, talented.
かっこいい。
So you seem to be able to do anything, and you're smart, and you know what you want, and sometimes you're really cute. And I think you're a good girl. My own words sounded incredibly embarrassing to me. But that isn't just because I answer honestly, so I guess it shouldn't be helped. So how will Yoru respond? But really, why was she asking that? Okay, so I already can sense that something isn't right. Could it be that, wait, no, definitely not, but I started to imagine something really sweet, but that was just overthinking things, wasn't I? If I left myself to think that, I'd be really embarrassed to remember it later.
姉さんのことはどう思ってますか?
So what about my sister? Asa?
はい。
So she worked so hard, but also worried a lot. It made me feel like I couldn't abandon her. So like a younger sister, I guess?
妹?
Yeah, she's cute. And sometimes I worry about her and always want to help her, so she's kind of like a little sister. I guess. And I guess that's how I think of her.
それって女の子として可愛いってことじゃないですよね。
So like well, you kind of see Yoru being more girly-like, whereas Asa is someone who needs help and is like a little kid.
妹と女の子って違うじゃないですか。
So you have a girl and an imoto, or little sister. Little sister and a girl.
夜ちゃんは女。私は妹。そういうことですよね。
Huh? Wait, what? Girl, sister, or imoto? And what did she mean? I'm a little sister. The one in front of me was Yoru, right?
私は。
Uh-oh. So Yoru suddenly grabbed my face and brought her own close to mine.
私が誰だかわかりますか?
Huh? Wait, but aren't you Yoru? And then she put out her lips on mine. Wait, what? So this is getting very strange in Aoi's mind. So she was... Wait. So she took her lips from mine and stepped back. And then... For some reason, she seemed shocked by her own actions. And then she started running far away. Wait, what? So what just happened? And why did she, I didn't understand it at all. For a while, I just stood there. And the only thing I understood was that hadn't been Yoru. It is Asa. So I think what happened was that during the conversation, when I was talking about Yoru and Asa just couldn't help herself because she feels that, well, he sees me as a little kid, like a little sister, so not mature, versus Yoru, who is all grown up and able to do things and is smart. And Asa kind of feels heartbroken by it, and she couldn't keep up her act as Yoru. And pretty much revealed that she was Asa to Aoi. So let's see what happens on the other side. So what happens when they find out that Asa here is actually Yoru? So Ageha scolded me when I joined everyone again.
So
anyways, what took you so long? Well, I'm sorry. She's not back yet. Apparently she just run off somewhere. On the way back, yeah, well, I had another errand to run, so I asked to go on back without me. So that's strange. So Yoru would stop halfway and disappear? So where had Asa gone? I was worried. I wanted to look for her, but if I went to find her... Well, anyways, with respect to the glider, okay, this is a good place to stop. So it's definitely be bad if we were unable to get home. But still, so where is Yoru-chan? So even when we finished up our club activities for the day, Asa still hadn't returned. Well, no. I tried to figure out how to cover it up. She looked a bit sick, so maybe she went home early. So that's how I answered. Huh?
いや、いろいろと気づいて、それで何かあったとか。
Wait, so could it be? So now that I thought about it, Kanako had been acting strange since morning. So I always kind of sensed that, well, maybe it was Kanako who started this whole thing. And she said she had a plan to help out, so maybe she started all of this. There you go. Ah, yeah, so I noticed. So Asa and Yoru, right?
やっぱ気づいちゃったのか。葵くんだもんね。
And yeah, something happened. So Kanako gave a slightly pained-looking smile.
ごめんね。 それ、私が言い出したことなの。
Okay, I admit it was my idea. I thought so. It was all Kanako's prank. And apparently this was her way of helping. I'm not sure how getting the twins to switch places was supposed to help. But maybe she was just trying to cheer them up with something. Or something fun. But I think the fact that Asa is not here doesn't really have much to do with that.
あれ、そうなの？
Yeah, so that is. So something really did happen.
心配だけど、聞かない方がいいことなのよね。
Yeah, so it's a little hard to explain.
了解。わかったわ。深く聞かないことにしとく。
Okay then. So she looked a little unsatisfied, but whether or not she guessed what had happened, Kanako agrees not to push the issue. And usually, I like to explain what was going on to Kanako, but I couldn't at this time.
部屋に戻ってるといいね、夜ちゃん。
Yeah. I keep an eye out for Asa on the way home. And I hope she was already back there, but if not...
葵先輩。
Yeah?
もしかして何かありました？
So, still pretending to be Asa, Yoru was definitely worried about her older sister. Yoru was pretty sharp and seemed to have guessed that something was going on. Something.
夜ちゃんと何かあったのかなって。
So looking at her like this, I really couldn't tell the difference. And if I listened very closely to her voice and her way of speaking, I could tell, but if I was only looking at her pretending to be Asa, it was easy to ignore the slight sense that something was off. Well, nothing.
嘘。
Well, why do you think so?
何か隠しているようにしか見えないですし、それに夜ちゃん、黙って帰っちゃうような子でもないですし。
Okay, and I kind of feel like Yoru is about to expose her cover like, well, I'm playing Asa.
少なくとも私には。
So it might be better just to blow her cover. Well, so you're right. Asa's not like that at all. Right, Yoru? So, okay, you're Yoru. So Yoru looks startled. She realized that I knew who she really was.
姉さんがバラしたんですか？
So Yoru told you? Or my sister told you? Well, I guess you could say that. A lot of stuff happened.
それが今姉さんがいない理由と。
Yeah. And I wonder if I should tell Yoru what happened. But no, it was the same as with Kanako.
告白でもされましたか？
So, I'm sure this is what happened. Huh? Okay, so Yoru can sense that, it must have been some confession, and that's why the real Asa was embarrassed. She had trouble to continue talking to Aoi, and she left on her own. So what did Yoru just say?
なんだかそんな顔してますから。どうやら図星だったみたいですね。
And I could tell from your expression.
まあ姉さんの気持ちを直接確かめられたわけでもありませんし、そこも推測でしたが。
I was really impressed by Yoru's skills of deduction. Well, then again, Yoru did talk with Asa prior to this little activity, but they were twins after all, so Yoru must have noticed Asa's feelings. She didn't exactly tell me her feelings, but it was kind of like that.
なんとなく察せました。おおよそ。ね。なるほど。そっか。姉さんが、ね。焦ってたのかな。
Huh? So in a hurry, Asa, so what for?
先輩、どうでもいいこと聞いてみてもいいですか？
So wait, something stupid? Dumb?
もし、やっぱ、なんでもないです。
So what is it? So if there's something you want to say...
いいえ、なんでもないです。
Well,
本当に。
nothing. Yoru? So what was she trying to say? So we arrived back at the Flying Fish Manor, and Asa is not there. So where could she be?
葵先輩。
So I was starting to hear the wind blow hard outside the windows, and the sun hadn't yet set, but it was already dark outside, and it looked like the storm could start at any moment. So can you think of where she might be?
姉さんが行きそうな場所から私たちは帰ってきました。
Well, of course. So we come back to the Flying Fish Manor from the secret base by way of the Windmill Hill. We already been to the places where we could expect to find Asa. So, sis?
姉さんは私にはないものを持ってて信頼できてだから
Wait, Yoru? So she's struggling about whether or not to say something? So what could she be trying to say?
姉さんを振ったら承知しません。
So at any rate, we got to prepare for the typhoon. I haven't put the shutters up on the windows yet.
手伝います。
Okay, so I'll help you. So now the typhoon's in full force. The windows were rattling, making noises that were bad for the heart. Flying Fish Manor was an old wooden building, and any rough wind made it shake so hard it was almost comical. So inside we couldn't help but worry that it would break down.
本格的に襲来ってところかな。
So according to the news, this was right when the roughest part of the storm was supposed to reach. So the wind and rain outside had both grown stronger.
しかし、本当に大丈夫なの？この量。
So hopefully the storm is alright again. So I've just reinforced all the places that looked like they needed to, so we should be fine. So my experiences from the last typhoon helped too. And that was the time when Asa and Yoru first showed up. So I put up the boards over the thin glass doors to protect them. So dinner was ready, and now all we had to do was eat it together and wait for the storm to pass. But still,
姉さん、戻ってきませんね。
there is no sign of Asa. So Asa still had not returned. So can you get through to your phone?
切ってますね。ご飯は先に食べてくださいって 一方的なメールだけ入ってました。
Okay, so I'll go look for her then.
今から？嵐来ちゃうよ。
So now, isn't it kind of dangerous? It's very wet outside. Well, that's why I've got to go now. So Yoru might not be able to get back by herself.
別にそこまで心配しなくても、たまたま気まぐれでどこか遊びに行っただけじゃないの？
Well, I'm sure she's in a good place for now. She was able to find some place to weather out the storm. No, I think,
体調悪そうだったって言ってたしね。あ、もしかして病院とか？
So I'm sure your Asa sick thing is just a cover-up. Well, anyways, I'm worried because she hasn't contacted us, so I'll go look for her.
葵くん、何か隠してない？なんか変よね。
It's nothing. And it would take too long to explain, so I didn't have time now.
じゃあ、私も。
What? No, Asa, so you wait here. So Kanako, can I borrow your bicycle?
うん。
Okay. So that's why if we walk, it'll take too long. And if you ride with me, it'll slow me down too, so, okay?
でも。
So, I can't handle the wind, and I can't just leave this up to you girls.
さすが葵。男の子よね。
Okay then, so... Come on, shut up.
わかりました。
So I see. I've got to go. Kanako, key.
はいはい。取ってくるからちょっとだけお待ちよ。当てはあるの？
Well, just a guess. So if she's not there, I'll go around once more and then come straight back.
先輩。その。
Yes?
よろしくお願いします。夜ちゃんのこと。
Right.
危なそうだったらすぐ帰ってきなさいよ。
I'll do that, so don't worry. Okay, so looking outside, it is pretty stormy right now. So I rode down the road to find Asa. If I had to guess where she would have gone, I had a similar experience myself. The one time when I was very young, I got in a fight with my parents, and even though it was already night, I went out wandering through town. I didn't have anywhere in particular to go, but I just didn't want to see my parents' faces, so I walked all over. And at first I wanted to go to my favorite park, but I figured my parents would expect to find me there, so I went somewhere else. But finally, I went to the park after all. I waited until my parents had probably already checked there, and went in there and in the end. Eventually, they came back to the park and found me anyways, but that's not the point. So when people are upset or uneasy, they tend to gravitate to places they make them feel comfortable, and that's how I feel. And in the midst of the storm, it was likely that she wanted to be somewhere she could stay without imposing, safe inside. So she must be in the... So, the dock. And he's right. So he finds Asa. So you were here after all. She was just where I expected her to be. She waited until we gone home and then came back in here.
どうしてここに？
So why did you, Well, I figured this is where you would come. I couldn't think of anywhere else to look. A place inside where Asa could be alone and feel safe. So the storm's already coming, and it's dangerous, so can we go home?
それは。
So Asa looked away from me with a guilty expression. Well, I'm not worried about that.
夜ちゃんにも顔を合わせづらくて、夜ちゃんのふりをしてあんなことしちゃったから。
So after I did all of that to you, I kind of wonder how I'm going to respond to Yoru. But then again, Yoru already knows, so... It's okay. I know it was you already. I was surprised, but still...
大丈夫じゃないです。
So Asa suddenly shouted. She looked startled to hear her own voice so loud and claps her hands over her mouth.
大丈夫じゃないですよ。だって私、夜ちゃんに合わせる顔がなくて、夜ちゃんのこと気づいてるのに。
So you noticed what?
私
So Asa surprised me by raising her voice again.
私
Asa?
好きです。先輩のこと。
So she confessed to me. I've already realized when she kissed me, but I still felt a strange twinge when she said it out loud.
いつからか正確にはわからないですけど、いつの間にかそうなっちゃってたんです。好きって思いがこみ上げてきて止まらなくなって。でも先輩のこと好きなのは私だけじゃないって。
Huh? Well, not just Asa. So who liked me? Well, what do you mean? So I was confused by Asa's unexpected announcement. Someone other than Asa also likes me.
その子はダメな私なんかよりもすごいんです。先輩は絶対にそっちと付き合うべきだと思えるくらいに。そんなことを考えてるとわけがわからなくなって。だから先輩に聞いてしまいました。私とその子のことどう思ってるのかと。
Could she... Wait, me? Wait, no.
先輩って私のことをどう思ってます？姉さんのことはどう思ってますか？夜ちゃんも先輩のこと好きだから。だから夜ちゃんと付き合っちゃえばいいと思ったんです。そう思ってたら夜ちゃんのままキスをしようって、夜ちゃんが先輩とキスしちゃったことにしようって。よくわからない感じでそうしちゃって。でもキスしたのは私だし。
Well, but of course, that wouldn't make Yoru happy at all. And I still have my...
私もやっぱり葵先輩好きだし、妹みたいって言われて悔しかったし、よくわかんなくなって、何もかもが悔しくなって、とんでもないことしちゃいました。
Well, Asa?
そもそもみんなで一生懸命頑張ってるのに、私は先輩のことばかり考えてて、一人だけ違うこと考えるようになっちゃってて、今もこうやってまた先輩に迷惑かけて、こんな嵐の中私を探しに来てくれて。私って 食べなくなんでしょ
う。Asa breaks down, sobbing. She was so sensitive. She just wasn't good at living. I sense a weak side of her, like a baby that couldn't control itself. But Asa, if you just stay here crying by yourself in the storm, you'll make everyone worried.
分かってます。
So I stepped closer to Asa and wrapped my arm around her back. So we've got to go home now. So Asa seemed even more fragile than I thought. Even more than I imagined. So let's just go home, Asa. The storm's getting worse. I took the trembling Asa with me and returned home to the Flying Fish Manor. Okay, so Asa finally goes back home to the Flying Fish Manor, and I'm going to leave the rest to the next episode. So apparently for Asa, she's upset because she feels that she fails at everything. And it's like, well, you're better than me at everything, and it looks like I lost another major accomplishment. So she really likes Aoi, but she knows that Yoru is also in as well. And it's like, well, Yoru's better. She has everything that's great. She is smarter. She can do things better. And it seems like Aoi likes Yoru better because Yoru is more mature and more like a girl, whereas Asa's like a little kid that needs help. And that's what makes Asa kind of upset. And then out of the blue, she just asked that question to Aoi, even though she's dressed as Yoru. And it's kind of like because she couldn't hold her feelings in. So anyways, we're going to see how Aoi addresses this and what his response is. So he really likes to have Asa in as well. It's like, well, Asa really needs help, and me as this dorm mother person should be the one to help comfort Asa and make her feel better. And I wonder about Kanako, given that she was the one who started this whole thing. So anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.